Now, he is a person who has the capacity and the capability to register the company, or he can even reject the application. Now, who are the promoters? The people who have initially started the business, we call them as the promoters. Whenever you want to form any company, whether it is a private or a public, you are supposed to have these documents. But when it comes to the public company, prospectus is very much in need. That is mandatory test. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidyashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Here in this session, we're going to learn the second steps of formation of a company, that is incorporation. What exactly incorporation is all about? Now, incorporation in the sense you are starting a company, so you need to have or you need to get the certificate from the registrar. Now, that is what the registration process will happen. And incorporation is everything about getting your company registered under the registrar in the registration office. So that is called incorporation. So you have two types of company, that is a private company and a public company. Now here I'll teach you what all are the documents you require to register your company in the registrar office by the registrar. Now understand the concept very clearly. The first one here is the registrar. Now he is a person who has the capacity and the capability to register the company, or he can even reject the application. So if you have a valid and you have a strong legal documents to register the company, only then the registrar will scrutinize the documents. And when he scrutinizes, if he feels that the document doesn't have the efficient values or any particular thing is missing, then he has all the authority to cancel the application. But after his scrutinizing and after doing all those things, if he feels that yes, the name as well as the company can be started, then he'll give a certificate. Now that certificate is called the certificate of incorporation, which we also call it as the birth certificate. So what exactly it is? The registrar will scrutinize the documents, and if, see the word is what? And if satisfied, will enter the name of the company in the register and will issue the company its birth certificate. That birth certificate we call that as certificate of incorporation. So who has the authority? The only one person who has the authority, that is the registrar. So you need to be very careful when you go and do this incorporation procedure. You are supposed to be very sure about the documents which you people have. You need to understand what are the documents you need to carry for the registration. Now, though you have the company secretary and the other managing directors, but still as a promoter, if you start a company, you are supposed to always get equipped with all the documents, and then only you are supposed to go and give it to the registrar in the registrar office. Next one we have is the formalities. Now, what are the formalities? We have formalities and the steps. The formalities here is the promoters. Now, who are the promoters? The people who have initially started the business, we call them as the promoters. Promoters have to take certain steps for getting the certificate of incorporation from the registrar of companies. Now, what exactly? On hearing from the registrar about the availability of names for the proposed company, the first thing here you need to understand is the names. Why they are very particular about the names. Now, you cannot take the names which is already there in the company's field. That means the registrar will maintain a proper register where every name of the companies are being given. Now, you need to actually take, or you need to go with a unique name where nobody has copied it. So here what happens is, though you will start a company with your mother's name or father's name, if somewhere within India or abroad, if they have used those names, now you cannot use the same name. So these are the basic formalities which you people need to go through. The business can vary, but the name should not be the same. That is what the first and the most formality which you are supposed to go. That's why the Californian companies, if you see Microsoft or Apple, though the name is very frequently used, but the company is only one. Now they can have a pineapple has a company, but not Apple has one more company. Now Apple, within Apple, they can have n number of companies registered under their name, but no individual or group of people can take the name of Apple and start a company by themselves. So that is what you are supposed to be very keen about. The next one here is the steps involved in incorporation. So which are the steps? We'll just go with it. The first one here is memorandum of association. Now you would have studied what is memorandum of association in your second POC, but there are still few people who don't know what exactly memorandum of association is. Now memorandum of association is a document. It's a legal document. Whenever you want to form any company, whether it is a private or a public, you are supposed to have these documents. It is not mandatory that you are supposed to have memorandum of association in a private company, but when it comes to the public company, it is very mandatory that you are supposed to go with memorandum of association as a document. Now, what will be there in memorandum of association? That is the objectives, the name, what exactly the duties, responsibility, company secretary, director, everything will be actually given properly in the memorandum of association. That is why it is very important document. So it's a document, legal document. The memorandum of association in which at least 7 persons have to subscribe when it comes to the public company. When it comes to the public company, what is the minimum member? That is 7 members, and all the 7 members should at least take 1 share of the company. That is mandatory. So in the incorporation, the first step is what? When they go with memorandum of association, to which at least 7 persons have to subscribe, their names, and each one of them has to take at least 1 share. In case of private company, the number of persons, that is only 2 students, only 2, and those 2 should actually take at least 1 share. So this is what the first incorporation step is. The second one is the address of registered office of the company. That is, this is to be delivered in any case within 30 days of incorporation. That is, you need to go with the address of what? Address of the registered office. Next is a list of directors. Now you need to understand, you need to make directors. When you go with the differences of private company and a public company, in the session 3 I have done, which you are supposed to just go and watch, where we have told you that the minimum directors required to a private company is 2, and the minimum people, that is the directors for the public company, is 3. Now what happens is, you need to make a list of directors with their names, addresses, and occupations. Now the directors can be doing the job in different companies or anywhere, but what exactly it is you are supposed to be very transparent and tell that who are the people and their address with what are the occupations which they carry. Return containing the particulars of the directors should be filled within 30 days of their appointment. So that means what? You need to appoint the directors. So being a promoter, when you start for incorporation, the first thing here is what? You need to go with a memorandum of association, which is a document. Which is what? A document. and the address of the registered office of the company. That is, you need to actually give a proper location of the company, where exactly it is. That is, this is to be delivered in any case within 30 days of incorporation. And the next one here is, you need to appoint the director, and you are supposed to give the list of directors within 30 days. The next steps are consent in writing. It's not just oral you are supposed to go with. You are supposed to go with what? Writing of the directors to act as directors. So you are supposed to go with a written document. And undertaking, now you are supposed to go for an undertaking by the directors to take and pay for qualification shares, if any. If they go with any of the kind of qualifications here, well, I'll explain about what are the types of share. I'll tell you, this qualified shares also is a type of share which the directors can go for. The last one is the statutory declaration by an advocate. Now, who should declare it in the incorporation process? That is, one is the declaration by an advocate, legal advisor, or an attorney, or a chartered accountant practicing in India. If you're starting the Indian company within India, if you're starting, you can go with a chartered accountancy. That's why I'll tell you, students, please aim for higher. That is, if you have taken BCom as your course, and if you don't do CA, that is chartered accountant, what happens is, the topmost criteria for a commerce student is CA. So always aim for CA. Now the classes are there in Vidyashram. You can actually opt for it, and there are faculties who are well versed with the training of CA, and they can actually fetch you real good help, and you can clear it in a very easy. Many students in Vidyashram have cleared CA, and now they are the chartered accountant. So it is a plus point for you people. So even you can join the same race. Let's go with the next one, that is called capital subscription. Now here, the capital subscription, I have told you what exactly the subscription is in the session 1 and session 2. You're supposed to just watch session 1 and 2 and you'll get to know what exactly the capital subscription is. When we go with session 3, I have told you the minimum subscription for a private company is 1 lakh rupees, and a minimum subscription for the public company is 5 lakh rupees. So let's check what exactly the capital subscription is. A private company and public company not having a share capital. Please understand the first criteria. The first criteria is what? Not having any share capital can commence business. Now they have not taken anything from the public. Now understand, they have not taken anything from the public. That is, they don't have. Not having any share capital can commence business. They can run the business immediately after obtaining the certificate of incorporation. That is, by the register, if they have got it, they can start. But a public company, when it comes to the public company having a share capital, now they have the share capital, can commence business only after obtaining another certificate called certificate of commencement. That means there are two types of certificates. One is certificate of incorporation and certificate of commencement. When it comes to the public company and a private company, if they have not taken any share capital within the first certificate, that is the certificate of incorporation, they can start the business. Whereas in the second thing, what it is, if the public company have taken the share capital, then they are supposed to wait for one more, that is called certificate of commence business. Now that is actually again given by the register, that is registrar, in the registrar office, from the registrar of the companies. Now here the thing is, public company has to undergo two additional stages. There are two additional stages. One is the subscription stage and commencement stage. So you need to go with subscription stage as well as commencement stage. Let's check what exactly the things are. Now we have a capital subscription stage. What are the stages in the capital subscription? The first one here is, you need to go with appointment. Now whom will you appoint? Appointment or confirmation of the appointment of secretary. See here, Company secretary is also a professional course. You can actually go with it. That is called CS, company secretaryship. Here again, like your CS is also very in demand. That is, you can go with CS also. There are n number of students of Vidyashram who have cleared CS. Now you have again a chance to meet them, talk to them, understand what exactly it is. Once you become a company secretary, you cleared a company secretary and you're a professional company secretary, I'll tell you the package will be like, for a month it will be 3 lakh to 4 lakh rupees. If you get a very big company, then probably it is 14 lakh to 15 lakh rupees. That is just per month. So understand these things. So whenever you go with it, go for a big. That is what I always tell my students. If one has already been appointed by the promoters at the promotion stage, that means you always need one person, that is called company secretary. Whenever you start any company, without a company secretary, you cannot go with the stages of subscription. The next one is adoption of preliminary contract. Now you need to start getting the preliminary contracts. The next one is appointment of bankers. Now, who are your people? Solicitors, legal advisors, brokers, auditors. So that means all these things are very important. You are supposed to just not start the company. You are supposed to always have the entire pack. That is, who is your banker, what is the solicitors, legal advisors, who are your legal advisors, everything you are supposed to always have the list ready. Next is adoption of draft of prospectus. Now when you go with the prospectus, see, I'll tell you what here prospectus is all about. For a private company, prospectus is not needed, but when it comes to the public company, prospectus is very much in need. That is mandatory test or statement in lieu of prospectus. Now what exactly this word is? In lieu. Now in lieu is a new word for you. In lieu in the sense substitution. What is in lieu? Substitution. So in the company law, we are supposed to talk more of law. That's why in lieu in the sense substitution. That means if you don't have the draft of prospectus or statement, that is substitution of prospectus. So there are statements which are the substitutes of prospectus. Next is listing shares on the stock exchange. Now when you go with the capital subscription, you should also know that what will be the price of the stock or the price of the shares in the stock exchange. And the last one is adoption of undertaking contracts. Now I'll tell you more about this underwriting contracts. Here what happens, you need to know what exactly a contract is. Now contract is an agreement, or an agreement is a contract. That is what many people actually fails to understand. Now what exactly a contract is, I'll tell you in the next session. What is underwriting contract is, I'll be talking to you people. But what exactly you are supposed to do is, you go for your research. What a contract is, what is underwriting contract, what is prospectus, what is in lieu, who can be a legal advisor, what exactly is the meaning of solicitors, right? All these things, if you try to research yourself and get an answer, and then come to the next session, I'll be explaining you more in this session, and we can have a very good rapport. So thank you so much, students. And here we end with the session. I'll see you when I see you.